What's going on, guys? Mike here, back with another video. All right, guys, give you a little Beaver Lake fishing report here. Last week of May, water temp's been kind of hovering around that 75-degree mark, and been fishing primarily the Lost Bridge area, Lost Bridge South and Lost Bridge North. Trying to stay up in that clear water and a little bit less boat traffic. Topwater bites been really good. Been catching a lot on poppers, been catching a lot on revolvers, and really haven't thrown too many buzz baits or any frogs this year, but might pick up a couple frogs and give that a go. But yeah, the topwater bite, super good, guys. Bright and early in the morning, right at the crack of dawn, if you guys can get out there as early as possible. I'm on my local lake right now, and got a nice little fog rolling off the lake. It's a perfect time to start throwing those topwater baits. So definitely have a topwater tied on right now, guys. But I've been throwing them in the natural colors, been throwing them in white and maybe a little bit of green on a cloudier day, but for the most part, try to keep it natural. And I try to keep a small profile topwater on too. However, when they're really biting on top though, you can pretty much catch them on anything. I've been throwing just for fun, a little 3D Savage Gear, like a little rat lure. I've been catching a ton of fish on that, so it's kind of whatever you want to throw, but for the most part, try to keep it natural, keep it small, try to match the hatch. But topwater bite, A+ right now. Now when the fish kind of go off into the deeper spots throughout the day, still been catching a lot on the swim bait, the little 2.5-inch paddle tail Kitech. Been catching a bunch on that still. Route trap crankbaits been working really good too. Been throwing those in a silver color and a gold. As far as the crankbait bite goes, can be a little bit hit or miss right now. Sometimes I'll throw like a bigger 16 or a 22 diver, and it almost seems like most of these fish are just kind of going into those summer patterns where they're really not wanting something too fast. Towards midday, they're really trying to like slow down, and I'm almost about to start picking up the sonar minnow again and start vertical jigging them, because sometimes they're a little funky, especially on the northern end, or at least the deeper water where the dam is. It seems like the clearer it gets, the harder it gets, but I do like it up there though. The jig bite's been getting better. If I can find like a nice brush pile or a log jam or any type of like tree jam up against like a bank or a cove, or maybe like a little inlet off of a creek spout, flip a jig around in there, that's been working out pretty good. Usually just throw the green and the brown, so I don't really get into any funky colors with that. Now when the bite gets really tough, or throughout the day when it starts to warm up a little bit, I've been slimming it down to like a little 4-inch little French fry worm. I've been fishing that on a shaky head and kind of just like dragging it around, but for the most part I find myself kind of giving a little bit of a hop and twitch, and that's been working pretty good for me too. Yeah, definitely try the worm out if the bite gets tough. And then I'll switch my hands here, my hands getting tired. Now when the sun gets really high noon and you're just kind of like, holy crap, man, where'd these fish go? I'm pretty much specifically targeting docks only, and at that point you can almost throw whatever you want in there. What I have been throwing a lot, just to kind of get it back in there really far, has been a weightless fluke. I normally just throw those in white only, in that long 4.5-inch, 5-inch size, something I can easily just kind of skip up under those docks, just let it fall, kind of give it like a jerkbait twitch. If you can get your little paddle tails up in there, those work really good too, but you might want to put maybe like a rubber band on them, or do like a whatever your choice of weedless style head is. Whoa, got GoPros going off already. Anyways, like a weedless style head, sometimes they have that little connecting bar on the bottom that you can get hung up on and stuff. So sometimes when you're pitching up into those docks, try to throw like a weedless setup. You can definitely throw a worm up in there too. If you want to throw like a Cinco style or a wacky rig it, just kind of pitch it up in there, see if you can skip it back in there nice and deep, just kind of let it do its thing, fish it nice and slow. But that's usually my tactic right when I'm getting off the lake. So when that bite gets a little tough, starts getting into that midday, 11, 12 o'clock time, starts getting really hot, those fish kind of start going into that really deep water where they kind of seek cover under those nice shaded docks. But for the most part, guys, fishing's been good. We'll see how June plays out. Probably gonna start seeing these summer patterns really soon. I've been seeing a lot of fish move off the coves and start getting back out in the deeper water. So your main lake points have been pretty good. Pretty much all the secondary points have kind of slimmed out. There's a lot of small fish back in the backs of the coves, your secondary points and so on, but the bigger fish have definitely pulled all the way back, so they're on their main lake points and then going off into deeper water. So I'm gonna say for next month, guys, we're probably gonna be doing a lot of offshore fishing, see if we can get some big old largies out there, and then see if we can scope some on the old sonar minnow. But for the most part, guys, May's been a pretty good month. Let me know what's been working for you guys, and we'll see how June works out, and stick around for the next video. So we'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.